Hello, everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Revue Starlight. Something Revue Starlight. That's how I'm gonna refer to this series because I can never remember its full name. Just Revue Starlight. In the last episode, we finally got, I think, a little bit of the essence of this show, kind of, sorta. The first episode served mostly as an introduction to all those ideas, and the second episode, the episode that we've seen last week, was the episode that really shows what this series is gonna be about. So a lot of theatrics, a lot of interpersonal drama, obviously, a lot of metaphorical and surreal battles, everything all underlined with some deeper meaning that has 17 layers to get through the very core of the issue, and even that is visible only after your seventh rewatch. I can very much see that this is exactly where this series is headed, and I don't dislike that fact. Let me tell you that. In this episode, we will probably uh, get another fight of our main character, of Karen, with someone else. The glasses girl has already been conquered, so to speak, and now it's time for other members of her troupe. At least I'm assuming that's gonna be more or less the flow of this series. Kind of villain of the week sort of a deal, but not a villain, just a classmate that needs to be, that needs to be brought down a peg, maybe like half a peg, and needs to be told that, hey, victory is not everything. You don't need to be number one right now. You can do it over time. Friendship is more important, yada yada yada. You know how it is. I can very much see that being the case. Then, of course, there are certainly, or rather, there are certainly, I am certain that we will see some darker undertones. I don't think that this show is gonna stop at just two layers, at just the layer of school and the layer of the review. I fully believe that there's gonna be some third, deeper layer. Some, I don't fucking know, galactic organization that gets the most talented actors from across the galaxy and drops them on a planet to fight for survival or whatever, or some patron deity that needs a sacrifice of a talented virgin actor every hundreds of years or something. There's gonna be something here. It can't be just the school and the fucking giraffe. There has to be something more to it. Or maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't, and that's how they're gonna bamboozle me. I'm gonna keep looking for 18 layers of depth and conspiracy, and it really is just the school and the giraffe, and that's it. Who knows? I certainly don't. And to know that stuff, I guess we will have to watch the episode, right? But not before I do a little bit of housekeeping, so to speak. I tweaked my mic settings a little bit. The noise gate kind of shifted it around, so tell me how it is. Do you, I don't know, hear me breathing or something like that? I hope not, but if you do let me know. And sorry that this video is late for my patrons. For people on YouTube, it will be very much on time, but for my patrons, alas, a day late. I had a nice time visiting family on Easter, so that was a part of it. And I also got kind of stuck in analysis paralysis, browsing ring lights and other sorts of lights that I can replace my shoddy old lamp with to get proper lighting on my face. So hopefully my camera, my phone rather, doesn't freak out constantly trying to fix the white balance, because you can see what's happening right now on screen. And I got stuck in analysis paralysis. So if you know some ring light or some just regular light worth recommending, do recommend me, and I'll look at it, because I can't pick, so maybe someone's gonna pick for me. But let's not get stuck on that. Is it just me, or is the saturation of my camera higher than usual? Is it because of the daylight? I don't know. What I do know is that I need to give you guys some subs, and that episode 3 of Revue Starlight with subs by Ripple is gonna be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And it shall be bestowed upon you the star which you have longed for. The obelisk and the light. Again. Goddess. Okay, so we are encroaching into the territory of deities, aren't we? And it's just, I don't know what kind of a tea it is, honestly. It's been sitting here for like the entire night, so I already forgot. Starlight. That's the obelisk again. Hmm. The star at the top of that tower. Okay, so the obelisk is the tower and the star is the light at the top of it. Okay, sure. Makes sense why it's mostly everywhere. I mean, during the fight scenes. Hmm. The glimmer of an exploding star. I'm looking for some deeper meaning in everything, honestly. I'm probably overthinking all that stuff, but I can't help but to think that the glimmer of a exploding star is like literal, and the prize for winning is literally a piece of a star. Of course, they are banana muffins. Oh, was she? Ah, okay, because she didn't want to wake up. Not quite what I had in mind, but. Uh, already with the blush, huh? I mean, I guess everybody's blushing here. Junjun? NTR alert? NTR detector? Secret. Himitsu. Whomst? Oh, right. One of the Ojo-samas? I guess the one who lost the battle last week. Why the Ramses sarcophagus, though? Is it necessary for your play? Hmm. She doesn't want to be a performer, she wants to work on the backstage. Interesting. Hmm. I'm assuming something happened. Something that she doesn't let on. Did she lose in a review? And that's what made her reconsider being a performer? Okay. They know how acting works, you know? Little bit of a bribe here, a little bit of being a family there, and you can get any role you want. Omelette du fromage. Sure, you overslept. Macarons are great, but incredibly expensive. I have to try baking some someday. Ooh, the coldness. Okay, head massager. Sure, why not? You know, the saturation really bothers me. I think I must have fucked something up in OBS settings or something. Okay, this is better. Yeah, I fucked something up apparently. I don't know, let me know if you preferred it saturated or desaturated. Apparently today is the day of experimentation. For a moment I thought it was the umbrella with a heart and two names. But no, just some doodle. And the competition between Ojo-samas is fiercer than ever. Probably with some side hoe of hers. I guess she was kidnapped. Hmm. Hikari really doesn't want Karen to take part in reviews, does she? She wants to stop you from getting into a review. Or not, I guess. I expected I expected Hikari to shut Karen in that shed and then herself go to take part in a review, but she's just sitting there. Oh, I know the pain. The giraffe! Why? Is it just an Easter egg, or is it significant that she's studying giraffes? Does a giraffe has some special meaning in Japanese culture? Hmm. What do you want, Tumboy-chan? She's in a shed. Hmm. Hmm. That's an interesting proposition. They're frenemies. Okay, a little bit of a pep talk, a little bit of a shit talk. The perfect combination. However, you were struck down. That's a Chupa Chups. I know this pattern on the wrapper. That's a Chupa Chups. What's your angle? What's your angle? You're giving me Yandere vibes. Giraffe calling? Giraffe calling. Because everybody is getting the call. Yep. Day 3 of auditions. And she's off. Why though? Why are you so much against Karen taking part in the review? That's the part I'm not getting. The review seems safe, quote unquote. There don't seem to be any, particular uh, negative effects of losing. Worst thing that happens when you lose is you don't get to play the main role. But your life isn't put in danger, your health isn't put in danger. For a moment, I thought it's already the ending, but no. It's the henshin sequence. I swear, this is the most extra, the most over the top, the most needlessly complex henshin sequence I've ever seen. Every time it plays, I think it's the ending playing because it has the quality of an opening. Right? Like, put some music over it, and it's a perfect opening for the series. But it's just a henshin sequence. It's unbelievable, honestly. I'll starlight you all. Sure. Whomst. Okay. Her. Going straight for the boss, huh? Can't you just take the next elevator? Or does it only work for the current participants? If you're not a participant, you don't get to use it? And breaking the light apparently lets you use the stairs. Hmm. A chandelier? Is it a rapier against a rapier? Yep. Rapier against rapier. She just happens to. Uh, there's no together in the review. Only one person wins. Okay, and the two of them are fighting against each other in the meantime, I'm assuming. Each weapon has a gem embedded in it. Hmm. Okay. I mean, she has flair, I gotta give her that. But review of Pride. I'm guessing every review is a review of something else. This is a review of Pride because the Ojo-sama, whose name I forgot already, is very prideful. Yep, everybody has a gem embedded in their weapon. And yep, those two are fighting. Who cast it away? You will do what? You're not even fighting right now. Of course, Pride. Even further, even brighter. She's the kind who's not satisfied of being at the top. She wants to climb Mount Everest and take a ladder with her. Huh. Well, that's some non-Euclidean geometry you have at your school. Well, hmm. Okay, Karen lost. Now what's gonna be the consequence of that? We know that losing doesn't mean being out. And the ending. And someone told me in the comments that every ending is about someone else, and I can see that. Hmm. We certainly will have to go through it again, because I feel like I've watched this episode, but not much really stuck. Honestly. It was just a breeze. It went by so far, so fast. Hmm. I was constantly looking for some deeper meaning, some deeper significance, but I guess I probably didn't have the time to notice it, you know? Only once we go through it step by step, frame by frame, I'm gonna be able to notice some things. Hopefully. Preview? Kinda sorta. Tendomaya, as always, the first. And Karen is dead last. Slap. Don't do it again. And the reflection. Promise Tower. I don't fucking know. Let's go through it again. Maybe it's gonna make some things clearer. Maybe it's gonna muddle them even further. Who knows? Certainly I don't. Let's go plug that star together. Okay, so this is some other play. This is not Starlight. But she's the leading role. So it is Starlight. Because having the leading role in Starlight is like the prize for winning the review. And she won, kinda, with one person for sure, but I'm not sure. Is this play only symbolic? Is it a rehearsal for Starlight? But if it is a rehearsal for Starlight and someone else happens to win the review, do they just casually swap roles? Are the teachers privy to the whole review business? They just get a call from a giraffe and that says, "Hey, yo, drop this girl as the leading role. Karen won, so you have to make Karen the leading role." No, I don't know if she actually can do it, if she knows the lines, but hey, whatever, she won, so you gotta do it. I have it signed on contract. You agreed to it. Is it? I don't know, but why am I expecting like? Why am I trying to apply real life concepts and real life logic to this show? Right? Why bother? Why bother, honestly? Hmm. Yeah, every weapon has a gem somewhere. A shard of a star, perhaps? I don't know. And she has stars in her hair. Stars everywhere. NTR detector in full swing. Junjun is a brand new, whatchamacallit? Not a villain, not an opposition. Fuck. She's a brand new competitor for Karen. I guess that's not the word I wanted to use, but it's the one I used. And she seems stumped and completely flabbergasted even now. Claude's not here. She's probably training. She's probably training, and my bet is that Claude is taking the whole thing perhaps a little too seriously. She's perhaps trying a little too hard, and that's what keeping her, what's keeping her back. I have a feeling that might be the case. Because sure, talent is important in acting. Trained skill is important in acting, in performing overall. But what is also very important is that you have fun doing so. Is that you're not just reading out a dry script. You have fun doing it. And I think both Claude and Tenma, the other Ojo-sama whose name I forgot, they both have the skill, they both have the talent, but they're lacking in fun. That's the vibe I'm getting. And perhaps eventually, when Karen is gonna face against them, she will win because she would have fun doing that. And I'm talking about having fun, because notice here, she's smiling. She's having fun. She was having fun during this fight because they had a nice talk beforehand. They goofed out. They goofed out with each other. They danced. They laughed. They talked. And now both of them are happy. And Claudia is also happy. And that's why she won. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. I'm not sure how accurate of an interpretation it is, but it's my interpretation. So do with it what you will. And Banana is gonna be doing backstage work as well. Interesting. And again, I can't help but wonder, does it have something to do with the review? Could it be that she lost a review match and decided that, oh, I lost, being an actor is not for me, I'm not a performer, I'm gonna work backstage? Or does she just, genuinely like to write scripts and whatnot, and that's what she wants to do? Could go either way, honestly. You never know with this show. And she's still very standoffish, just grabs the muffin and fucks off. Sure. I expect a great play that will draw out your full potential. Okay, so they took part in the last year's Starlight as well. Was the cast for the last year's Starlight also decided by Revue? I don't know. I have no clue. Here, have some candy, have some Chupa Chups. Give me the leading role. And bonjour. And the tension is palpable. Atmosphere so dense you can cut it with a knife, toss it with some powdered sugar, and sell it as Turkish delight. I don't know what flavor would it be, but you absolutely could sell it as Turkish delight. Here, I thought she's scribbling the umbrella with a heart and two names underneath it for a moment, because I noticed the heart, but no, she's just doodling something, and I have no clue what it is. Because I don't know kanji, I don't know hiragana, I don't know katakana, let alone handwritten variants. In the top right, it says Kayuko? I don't know either. Apparently, I can't read that either. Of course, they are both very competitive, competing against one another, because such is their nature. Zoom and zoom. And she's Angie. Tomboy notices it, and Hikari just cosplays Gordon Freeman and shuts Karen in a storage shed because she wants to keep her from taking part in a review for some reason. I still have no clue why. The complete edition cryptids, classified records. Okay, so she's doing research on the giraffe, isn't she? That's the research she's doing. I thought she was researching plays or something like that, but no, she's researching the giraffe. Honestly, I don't blame her. Everybody seems to be taking the giraffe completely in stride. She's just wondering, what the fuck is that? And she went to research. I can appreciate it. And I spoke about it briefly, but I wanted to check if giraffe has some particular meaning in Japanese culture. Why is giraffe called Kirin? Yeah, Kirin is a Mythological creature of some sort, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Let's take a look. The big picture, a giraffe in Tokyo. Kirin and Kilin. Kilin is a mythical creature. Okay. What kind of a creature is Quilin? Quilin. Legendary hoofed chimerical creature that appears in Chinese mythology. Is said to appear with the imminent arrival or passing of a sage or illustrious ruler. Also appears in Japanese and Korean mythology, where it is known as the Kirin. And the word for a giraffe is also a Kirin. Representations in media. Okay. Coming or passing of a ruler. I guess that kinda makes sense if we take ruler as the king of the actors, the king of performance, or the queen of performance. Then with every review, the last queen steps down and a new queen is chosen. And the giraffe symbolizes that. Maybe, kinda, sorta. That's the only thing I can come up with right now. So I guess that's what we're gonna roll with. From Karen, good luck. I'm sure you can do it. Banana-chan, break a leg. Tendomaya, Tsuzuyaki Mahiru. Here's to a splendid play. Lead me, sure. To climb steep hills requires a slow pace, at first by Shakespeare. Aterre mai attendo. And she is constantly training, trying to better herself. To a fault. There is such a thing as overexertion. There is such a thing as training too much. There absolutely is. A little bit of a piece of trivia. If you do too much like strength training, if you overexert your muscles, you can get, I can't remember, it's either liver failure or kidney failure, one of the two, because the broken muscles, they break down, the broken down cells and substances and whatnot get into your bloodstream, and they have to be filtered out, and it's overall, I heard, not a great experience. Never went through it myself, thankfully, but there is such a thing as overexertion. And another thing to be mindful of when you're training a lot and when you're training alone embeds your errors, as Uncle Vesemir said in The Witcher 3, and that is again true. And I can vouch for that myself. I'm a self-taught programmer for the most part. I do have formal education. I'm an engineer, but no, yeah, engineer in Polish ranks. In US, it's like Bachelor of Engineering, I think, something around that. But I can vouch for that because some things I earned by myself, they're not the best practices, and it's really, really hard to unlearn them. And it's the same for everything. So Claude is doing herself a disservice doing what she's doing. She should at least get one classmate with her so that that classmate can notice potential issues with her form and whatnot. Frogran's clothes mask, I guess it's made of frogs. Yeah, and having a spat with her girlfriend is the only thing that could get her down so much. I was simply put in my place. and they're having a nice dance. They're heavily blushing. Well, not heavily blushing, but they are heavily panting and they're blushing. One thought that appeared in my mind for a brief moment here. Mm, could it be? And it's a stretch. I know it's a stretch, but I have to speak out, speak my mind. Could it be that those dances and those performances and those fights one on one have some sexual connotations? And I'm completely spitballing here, but I've seen it in a lot of anime, in a lot of Japanese media, where they use all sorts of proxies that serve in place of like sexual tension, sexual, intercourse, uh, sexual awakening, and whatnot. It's very, very heavily metaphoricized, so to speak, in Japanese media. So that makes me wonder, is it the same case here? Maybe not, but it's a possibility, and I like to entertain all possibilities because it's just fun, and that is 100% a Chupa Chups. In fact, I'm gonna pull up a Chupa Chups right now. Chupa Chups. Okay, it's not exactly a Chupa Chups. Sure, it's not exactly a Chupa Chups, but it mostly is a Chupa Chups. There we go. That's a Chupa Chups logo, and that's the shape, the pattern. Chupa Chups soda? What? I guess they're making Chupa Chups soda now. And Chupa Chups drink? What the fuck? When I was a kid, there were only those. That was Chupa Chups. And now there's Chupa Chups soda. Am I that old? But yeah, it very much looks like a Chupa Chups. This is intriguing. And her mouth shape really tells me that she's planning something. That's the very cat-like mouth shape that characters that are very uh how should I say it? Very mesugaki. I guess that's the only word that comes to my mind. Have. Yeah, this shape of a mouth. That tells me she has some ulterior motives in this bath. I have no clue what kind of ulterior motives she has, but she has them. I was left alone, and you were left alone by Karen. Stop joking around. You're right, this really is a joke. The ones who were always by your side started drifting away. Now an unexpected couple is happily bathing together. Don't you reckon it's strange? Kagura, Hikari, and they use a full name. Not Hikari-han, Kagura Hikari. It all started when she showed up. Is she legit a yandere? She's giving me those vibes. And she's trying to yanderize uh, Karen's wife. That's the vibe I'm getting from this scene. And they're talking about Kaoruko. I do like her and I'm grateful to her. But I have to protect her until she can make it on her own. Or so I thought. What changed that? But even I might be able to become the top star. I don't know. And of course, Karen ran, and she has to take part in the review. She has the photo from the last review, but why? To remember that she had the top spot, or to remember the friends she played with. She very much seems like she would be the first kind on the surface, but maybe it's just a mask. Maybe deep down she does want and cherish her friends, but she believes that there is no friendship on a road to the top. That's a common mindset in many pieces of media, where a character does have the mindset of I have to sacrifice everything to get to the top. I have to reject my friends, I have to reject my family. The top is a lonely place, and I'm willing to bear the brunt of that loneliness if that gets me to the top. I wonder. Or is it just because of her? I don't know. I guess she does have good memories with that play. Look at the blush, at the hope in her eyes. She's gonna kiss me. No, she's gonna say, I haven't lost. And now we have this absolutely needlessly over the top henshin sequence. Holy shit. Are other characters also gonna get their henshin sequences? Because if so, then just a single episode, one episode, it's just gonna be henshins. I swear. There's like what, 12 of them? Something around that. If everybody has their own henshin scene, that's okay, maybe not a whole episode, but like a half an episode. Not quite to the, Dragon Ball levels where they're charging a skill for half a season, but still plenty long. Third day of auditions. No, you will not see the view from the top of the tower. What lies hidden in your heart? What do your shimmering eyes seek? But for the sake of my promise, I will run towards it relentlessly. That kind of validates my my theory that she rejects everything in her pursuit of being on the top. I will run towards it relentlessly, discarding everything around me. For the sake of my promise, what kind of a promise? Or no, is it Karen singing? The subs are orange, so I'm guessing it's Karen. That's a line from Starlight. And she's as over the top as a person can get, descending from high above. Climb up here if you believe you can. Literally a chase for the top, and she's defending her top spot. And Karen tries to get to the top, but she cannot. Desire it, starve for it, thirst for it, fight for it. Everybody does it. And those two are fighting as well. Ever higher, ever brighter, illuminate the horizon. And almost done. And done. Here, Claude won. The Tomboy lost. But they had fun. And they're smiling and they're laughing. Here, nobody's smiling. Nobody's laughing. She's as stern and as emotionless as ever. Her win was just a matter of fact. She just she executed the combat perfectly, flawlessly. But did she have fun doing it? I don't think so. It reminds me of the episode of Dragon Maid Season 2, where Toru was trying out different hobbies, and she was perfect at everything she touched. She was perfect at playing music, she was perfect at sculpting, she was perfect at singing, she was perfect. Well, okay, she wasn't perfect at singing, but she was perfect at sculpting and she was perfect at making music, playing music, and she didn't have fun with either because she was going through the motions and she was going through those motions perfectly, but there was no place for fun here. And I have a sneaking suspicion this is the case for her. Especially after seeing the contrast. Especially after seeing the contrast. Karen wasn't laughing when she was defeated. She wasn't laughing when she won. Here, both are smiling. And Claude gives her a hand to help her stand up. Did she do it? No. She's just standing there, high and mighty, fucking Kiryuin Satsuki at the top. All that's needed is a click of a heel on the ground. Just a matter of fact. I won. Like I always do. It's just another fight that ended with my victory. That's the vibe I'm getting. And the ending. I thought the ending is gonna be about either of the Ojo-samas, but no, it's about Hikari. It's gonna take me quite a while to remember their names. I think I'm gonna have to pull up like a list of characters. It's like I left my loneliness behind. Please look this way. Oh, fly me to the star. Fly me to the moon. Let me sing along the stars. Or whatever the words are. I imagine all kinds of lives. Please notice me. Oh, fly me to the star. Tendo Maya first, Karen last. I lost. Rather, I wouldn't even call it a fight. Slap. Don't do it again. Why? This last moment, this like last scene, the rain, the darkness, the desaturated colors, the seriousness of it. I thought I sang and danced with all I had. But neither my body nor my voice would. The reflection. Baka. That's one thing I'm not getting here. Why is the review such a serious business? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Hmm. Like in some in other like battle royale kind of shows, there's always stakes that are super high, right? Your wish will be granted, and someone has a wish to revive their dead grandmother. Someone has a wish to cure her sick daughter. Someone has a wish to, I don't know, go to the moon. Someone has a wish to have $1 million, right? Or alternatively, if you lose, you die, or your soul gets trapped in a crystal, or other sorts of dire consequences. Revue, so far, doesn't have anything quite this serious. So why the seriousness around it? And it's not just Hikari who's serious about it. Because Karen was also very, very down when talking about it. The blank stare of hers. It's like I didn't fight at all. It was a completely different level. She didn't shrug it off. And yet the stakes are you get a leading role in a school play or you don't. Where's that can happen is you don't get a leading role. And that's it. Your soul doesn't get trapped in a crystal. Your wish doesn't get granted if you win. The seriousness and at times grandiose of grandeur of presentation and dialogue is completely unproportional to the stakes, which makes me think there actually are some stakes, but they haven't been revealed yet. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. I'm genuinely just spitballing here. Great episode. Perhaps a little bit less dense than the last one, or perhaps a lot of the metaphorical meaning was lost on me. Maybe there was some significance to the pigeons or doves or whatever it was, to the stairs or to some other elements of the scenography. I had a much easier time analyzing the previous episode than this one, but overall, I just genuinely had a good time with it, and I don't think there will be an episode of Revue Starlight where I would have a genuinely bad time. It's just not this kind of a show, right? I don't think there's gonna be too much, or rather too deep drama here. Maybe there will be, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I think it's gonna be more about the contrast of a fairly idyllic school life and the a bit darker and more serious Revue life. I don't think one will encroach on the other. I don't think there will be some significant drama in the school life part, but I might very well be mistaken. The blue haired girl is giving me creepy vibes, that's for sure. So that's a potential for some drama. I don't know. Karen's wife being all jealous and probably worried that Karen doesn't just disappears and doesn't tell her where she is. I'm getting Miku. Uh, I forgot the names of characters in Symphogear. Why? The main couple of Symphogear vibes from season 1. But I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. And I think that sums up my experience with this series so far perfectly. I'm just not sure. There's so many things where I can try to look for a meaning, but at no point am I certain whether I'm actually looking at the actual meaning, at the thing that they actually try to convey, or am I just completely bullshitting and looking for meaning where there is none? Kind of like, red curtains. What did the red curtains in some poem mean? Well, for the author, it meant the curtains were red. But when you analyze this text at school, you're looking for symbolism of love or hate or blood and whatnot. And I might be getting into that territory, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not certain of anything. I can say with 100% conviction that any particular thing will happen or that this series is gonna go any particular way. Even if I were to say that Karen is gonna win all of the review, I'm not entirely sure of that. She might as well lose. But the climax of the series is not gonna be Karen winning, it's gonna be something else. It's gonna be Karen learning or everybody learning or something like that. Maybe everybody is gonna win. Who knows? Maybe everybody is gonna lose. Everybody will collectively decide that they want no part of the review. They will achieve stardom themselves with their own acting and singing and dancing skills, not through some giraffe. You know, I'm not even sure that our protagonist will win. I'm very uncertain about everything. Okay, one thing I'm certain. No, I'm not. I wanted to say that I'm certain that everybody will survive, but I'm not sure of it. Because the series might very well go in a much darker direction and someone's actually gonna fucking die. Someone's soul gonna get trapped into a crystal. Maybe if you lose 3 times, you get executed or turned into a prop or erased from existence and nobody remembers that you even existed. You know, it's a possibility. It might very well happen with this show. And I like it because it leaves a lot of room for speculation, but I also don't like it because I don't know if any of my speculation actually has ground. It's kind of an ambivalent feeling, but overall more on the positive side than the negative one. I certainly prefer having more to talk about and more to analyze and more to theorize on than having something just straightforward that you can't really talk much about because it's just there in the open. So far, I've been liking it, and I've been talking for way too long, so it's time to cut it short and time to ask you guys to leave me a comment down below. What did you think of this episode? What did you think of my reaction, of my theories? Just please, I beg of you, keep it spoiler free. If you ever have any doubt that you might be skirting the spoiler territory a little, don't. Please don't. Or join my Discord server. There's a Revue Starlight channel there, and you can use spoiler tags to talk about spoilers. Or you can not use spoiler tags and talk about the show as it goes, and I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna talk with you. Because I like talking about the shows I'm watching, not just in the comments, but also on the Discord. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases, not only Revue Starlight, but also Shokei Shoujo on a Virgin Road, Symphogear G, Shield Hero Season 2, Skeleton Knight in Another World, and Spy X Family. Yeah, that's my complete lineup, I think. I think I'm finally remembering it. I think I finally am. If you want to support me monetarily, you can do so on Patreon. Link in the description. For just $1 a month, you get access to a role that gives you access to a channel and an orange name. And in that channel, I'm posting some sneak peeks and stuff like that. So you might have fun reading that and watching that, and I don't know, just being there, I guess. And for $10 you get early access to non-seasonal shows, which is Symphogear G and Revue Starlight. So if you want to watch episode 4 right here, right now, go pay me and you can watch it. Share this video, with people who you think would enjoy it, because the more you guys share my videos, the more YouTube itself recommends them, and I'm seeing some organic grow, and it's very cool to see that people are finding my videos under other people's videos. Wow, what a concept, right? And do I have anything else to shill? I don't think so. Like, subscribe, comment, Discord, Patreon, share. I said everything I needed to say, so all that's left for me to say is that you guys should do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's yet another benefit that my patrons get. It is the place in the credits.